Hey, this is Kendall with BlackOvis, and today I'm getting ready to go on my goat hunt in Alaska. Super psyched about that, but I had just got back from a mule deer hunt and also a successful mountain goat hunt here in Utah, and noticed that my Mystery Ranch Beartooth is extremely dirty. I got blood and I got dirt. I got blood from last year that I never cleaned off. If you're like me and you're happen to get successful in the field, your pack is kind of the last thing that gets cleaned on a regular basis. So today I'm going to go over the steps that I use to clean a pack. I'm using the Nikwax tent and gear Solarwash, and then later we're going to apply the tent and gear Solarproof, which is a UV and waterproof protection coating that you can put on tents, not just tents, but also on backpacks. Backpacks are one of those things that if you've had one for a super long time, it will fade, and you don't want to weaken the fabric after all the hours and days and weeks that you spend in the field. So hang tight, stick around. We're going to go through this process and hopefully give you some tips on how you can clean your backpack. So I'm going to lay that out. Obviously got a lot of dirt in here. Just going to kind of get some of this loose stuff out. Oh yeah, look at all that. So when I wash the bag, I'm going to wash both and scrub the inside as well as the outside. So you're really going to be a kind of a long process, but it should take about 10 or 15 minutes is all. So I'm just going to go grab the hose. You can use a bucket if you want to, but I'm just going to use the hose. And I'm going to start on the inside, and then I'm going to jump around to the outside, both applying the solar and gear wash, as well as scrubbing with both the brush on the hard to get to spots and using a rag on the easy spots that are not too dirty. Just really saturate the material, get it nice and wet. Spray out that bladder sleeve. All right, got that inside good. I'm gonna get the outside as wet as possible. We'll start with the inside. See, it kind of foams up like this. And if you have a rough spot here, yeah, you can see see all that dirt right here and the blood coming out of there. The other thing is your waterproof zippers will often get a lot of grit in there. That's why the zippers get hard to do. A little pro tip is if that gets really hard, once you've cleaned them, take a bar of soap and put a little run a line of soap on the waterproof zipper. It makes those teeth kind of catch. And you can use either the rag, which if you're using on like a tent, like one of your backpacking tents, it's a thin nylon, where this is a good 500D Cordura or something similar. You can use a brush almost the entire time, but if you're using going on a tent or something that's more lightweight, I would recommend using a rag. I'm gonna rinse that off with the hose because I'm pretty much done with the inside now. So now I'm going to do the top of the pack, and then I'll flip over to the bottom of the pack and then move right up the frame. And then of course the meat hauling shelf on any pack is going to have plenty of excess goodies for you to clean off. And then the bottom of the pack, of course, every time you set it down, is going to get dirt and soil. Pay particular close attention to the seams in that area. Give them a good scrub, trying to open them up. Once you have the bag complete, it's time to move on to the frame. Again, be as generous as possible. So I'm going to give it a good rinse down. So I'm gonna let this kind of dry off for just a little minute. Just get the loose water off, and then we're gonna apply the solarproofing, waterproofing. So I've got the pack completely cleaned out, and it's still damp, which is good. That's what Nikwax suggests with the tent gear Solarproof. It says it's a spray-on waterproofing with UV blocker. So what you want to do is you want to spray an ample amount on the fabric. Try and keep away from some of these straps, like your backpack straps. I don't know why it suggests that, but it just makes that suggestion in the instructions. So I'm going to apply it just to the outer part of the lid, to the bag itself, and a little bit to just the top and this inside part that might just see a lot of sunlight and as well as water. Once I've done that, wait about 2 minutes and then take your damp rag and just wipe off any excess, and then let the pack dry, preferably in like a non-sun location. I'm just gonna let this dry overnight. Make sure where you've got seams, you kind of open those up as best as possible, just so that spray will penetrate down into those corners. That's where you'll get a lot of water. But more than anything, one of the things that we don't think about is how damaging the sun can be to our backpacks and to some of our clothing. Again, any sort of excess we're gonna wipe off. Getting the top really good. And I am gonna do these waist belts down here. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna let it sit for about 2 minutes, and we'll see, then we'll do a little wipe down of any of this excess that's pooled on there, and then the drying process. So again, just make sure you go methodically through the entire pack so you don't miss an area. Now it's all set. I'm actually gonna just hang it like this in my garage, and we'll dry it out. We'll check in tomorrow and see how things look and put the pack together, and I'll be ready to go. Since today's Thursday, I'll leave on Sunday for Alaska. Got plenty of time to get that and my other gear all situated. So we're back with my Beartooth pack that we just washed out. Truth is, this pack has seen a lot of action since that washing. The night after we washed that same night, I got a call from one of our customers who was from out of state, had shot a moose right outside of Salt Lake. It was just him and his girlfriend. I had offered to help. And so of course I grabbed this pack and my Benchmade that's always in the pocket, and we went out and helped this guy take care of that moose. So the pack is a little bloody, and it also went to Alaska, a little bit tainted that way. Saw plenty of action there. So I'm actually back to step one of cleaning this pack out once again. But I hope you've learned some things along the way and how I like to go about cleaning the pack. It's good to do a good thorough cleaning and washing of it every year, applying the Nikwax product so it will help with the UV and rain protection, and also just clean out the fabric so that you can have a piece of gear that's vitally important to your hunts, last as long as possible. If you have any questions about any of the stuff you've seen in this video, or like to chat with one of our gear guides about this pack or about cleaning packs, give us a call or leave a comment here in the comments below, and appreciate your time.